My name is John Burks, and I'm a financial analyst. And what I'm doing is creating a series of mini videos that show how any organization can use some of the most prominent and important business application software to improve their business processes as well as their core competencies. Now, I do have some other longer versions of these videos that go into depth more of how to use each one of these types of software. Now, the first application that video I will show a quick demo of Alteryx. I will then show you the outputs from Alteryx on several other videos. I then will show you the input into Tableau. And lastly, I will show you some basics of our statistics. Without further ado, now what we're looking at here is the Alteryx workflow. Now this is the canvas, okay? It's what they call the canvas. And these are my inputs. I have two inputs going into a macro. Now what this macro does is it compresses the workflow or your logic into this cleaner as well as more versatile icon, because behind this macro, what's going on is all the logic and all the work. So this puts everything, all your information behind the scene and makes the desktop look much cleaner, and it makes it more portable. So if another person wanted to use this particular macro, I could just send this macro over to the person. They could enter or connect their inputs and then run the workflow with this button over here. Now, this is data that I downloaded online from a fictitious company. These numbers are all fake, they're not real numbers. And the software that I'm using is the 14-day trial period that Alteryx allows you to use to test drive their software. Okay. Now, the first up here is your tools. All these tools can do several different things. You have a filter tool to filter on data. You can use a formula tool. You can sort your tool. You can summarize your tool. Now these inputs here, this is the data that I'm bringing in. Okay. Now what you do is I'm going to delete the connection, and all you do is you just drag what you want to bring in from the top. Okay, just drag it in. Okay, and then what you do is this is the input for my financial data that I downloaded. I connect it to the icon that has F because I label this F so I know which Excel spreadsheet I should attach to it. And this one is I, and I label it I. Okay, and then you can bring in different types of file types. Okay, and if you go to your input tool, and over here on the left, what you'll see is on this drop-down menu, it gives you a whole list of different types of data sources where you can bring in your data. This is what they call the configuration window. Okay, and then down below is your results window, which tells you where your import is, where your output is, any errors, and the results of your workflow. Okay, so Alteryx is great because you have all these tools up here, and when you look at this, all this is these are macros that they created in Alteryx. Okay, like even some of these macros, if you right click on them, you can open up the macro and see what is the logic behind this, what's the logic behind the actual tool. Now this macro that I created, when I right click and open, I have taken several of these tools, okay, to create my logic, to break up everything into different types of spreadsheets or outputs. I got sales, I got gross profits, I got expenses, I have horizontal and vertical analysis, I got multiples on the income, balance sheet multiples, and I have here's my output. Now these are the outputs for the data that is going through the Alteryx workflow. And then over here, I got some statistics on here. Okay, I'm doing some distribution analysis, a contingency table, my own other t-test, I've also created some forecasting using the ARIMA and the time series forecasting. And I have some regression analysis. I have some linear regression, and then I have some logistic regression. And all of these are going to several outputs. Now, your browse tool is a great function to use because it allows you to view your entire data without exporting it, because without the browse tool, you can only view the first 100 records. Okay? And then over here, I have the reports. The report tool is good because certain icons or certain outputs, when you output it to Excel, it does not format it correctly. So this was a very short and basic tutorial regarding Alteryx. And if you want to see more detailed information regarding this workflow, I have it posted on my LinkedIn. And it's about a 30-minute presentation, and it goes really into depth of more of the certain tools. Thank you and take care.